I just had the question to myself. And before I spoke it out loud, I figured I might as well turn on the camera and ask myself, with you watching. I'm here in this room, and I don't quite know what I'm going to share with you. So my question to me was, am I wasting my time? And my answer was, am I enjoying my time? You know? Yeah, I am. This is a moment where not much is happening, and I'm not really showing you exercises. Nope. And yet, I feel good. I feel calm. I feel okay. I feel like in between. I don't know if I've just been waiting for the dream opportunity to show up for me to just, you know, have a show and then get to teach you everything I know. Someone to do the production, someone to do the editing, someone to write not the script, just like, what are we doing today, the plan. Someone to basically take over the organization of it, and I just get to show up and be the main character, you know, the one on screen, as if this is a show, a movie. Sometimes I say to myself, why do I need to do it all? Why can't I just be the main character, the actor that shows up and does the thing? The person in the movie, they don't need to be the director. They don't need to be the sound guy. They don't need to be the person behind the camera. They don't need to do the production and the marketing. They just get to show up. They get to be them. They get to be the character. They do a lot of work, yes. They have a team. And, well, although I love sitting down and going through my videos and watching and editing them and then sharing them, that is something I truly do. I enjoy it a lot. I think of, like, where is the structure? Do I need structure? What is this becoming? And am I currently in the right environment to be able to show you what I know I can show you? Have I been promising too much? Is it time to finally just, you know, do more exercise videos, or can I just, you know, show up and do whatever? Because, what? Because what? Hang on. I don't know if this is the most flattering angle, but whatever, it's what I want to do right now. I want to do a lot. I do. I really like giving courses. I like giving them to people in person. I have some wonderful things in mind, but I also gotta let go of a few things. I am currently at a point in my story where I want to let go of what I've been doing this last few years. The work that I have been doing is fulfilling and absolutely enjoyable. I've gotten to learn and create and be very creative, and I've gotten to connect with a lot of wonderful people. I've gotten to learn a lot about myself, the body, how to help others, how to be helped, and so on. A lot. I've had a lot of fun, and I've also gotten to the point where I ran into a metaphorical wall over and over and over, every few months, I would be completely overwhelmed by the realization that I don't want to work with people who refuse to give up the behaviors that made them sick. I want to work with people who are motivated to grow, to change, who want to learn, people who are curious, people who don't constantly have the next best excuse on the tip of their tongue. I want to be around people who are more positive. I want to be around people who are hopeful. I want to be around people who genuinely enjoy moving. I don't want to continue to convince people to do the bare minimum to do them good for themselves. I don't want to convince people to do the smallest of things and that over and over and over, year after year, person after person. I don't want to have to convince them to do the bare minimum for themselves. I have had enough. I truly have. I love all the people that I get to come in contact with. I truly do wish the absolute best for each and every one of them. I wish for them to feel good in their body, to be pain-free, to love themselves, to love others, and to be hopeful. And that's not what I've been seeing. Of the majority, there are a few that really do, that have shown that they've learned a lot, they've made a few changes in their life. And maybe the quote is a pretty decent, let's just say, I've worked with more than, let's just say a couple hundred people here in the last couple of years. And let's say of 100 people, 3, maybe 4 actually do the thing. And I just don't get it. I don't get it. The things that I teach, I have made very accessible, easy to understand, fun. They truly do enjoy coming. They love being here. They have so much fun, and they continually give the feedback that it feels good, that they notice that it's getting better. But they won't do the smallest of things for themselves. They won't make it a habit. They won't make it a routine. They won't cut out the behaviors that made them sick. They won't learn the things that are required to learn to live a good life. I keep telling them, hey guys, this is not the Band-Aid, this is class. I am the teacher. I teach you what you need to know so that you, for the rest of your life, are able to make sure that you no longer end up in rooms like these. I want you to be rehabilitated and then have the skills to be able to take care of yourself, and preferably, wonderfully, teach others how to as well. I have given my all to teach them everything I know, and I have continually learned and grown so that I could do that better and better. However, people who have gotten so used to making an excuse for everything, people who have gotten used to their pain, people who have gotten used to suffering and made it part of their identity, they won't let go. And I get it. For many people, when they've been living in pain for years, it's kind of hard to believe that there is like a way to recover. But the belief that it can happen is pretty much what it's all based on. You gotta be able to believe that it can get better, and you gotta be able to believe that doing these small actions on a daily, if not daily, then weekly basis, just to make a few minutes time here and there, that the movement is non-negotiable, that proper posture is the fundament of what's going to save them from years of pain later on. I mean, these are people that have already hit rock bottom with their body. That's why they're in the rehabilitation. And then I teach them what they need to know to get better. They feel better, they get better, but only as long as they're here with me. And they don't do it at home. They don't apply the skills. I keep on asking them, so hey, okay, how do we warm up our bodies? How do we get ready for the day? What is it that you've learned here with me? And they're clueless. Some of them are like, you'll have me for another couple years. I don't need to take this home. I'm just like, you don't know if you'll have me for another couple years. And I've had enough. I don't want to do this anymore. I have other plans. I do. I want to do so much more. I have gotten to learn a lot in the last 3 years, and I truly am grateful for this time. I've had a lot of fun. But I definitely want to work with people who want to be helped. I want to work with people who enjoy learning and growing, who believe in better for themselves. I don't want to convince anyone that the bare minimum is doable. I've had enough. I love them. And I'm ready to say goodbye. I am. I for a while questioned why it had to get so hard. I questioned why it had to hurt so much, why it had to be so frustrating, and why I'd have to let go. But I gotta let go. I know that on the other side of this decision are gonna be people who genuinely can benefit from what I have to share. I know I have yet to share a lot of what it is, and I feel that until I let go of this, where I've been putting so much of my time and energy into, once I let go of this and then move it over onto this platform, yeah, I think I just answered something for myself. I had been wondering why I haven't really been performing, showing up here in the way that I want to. I've been wondering why I haven't been doing all the classes and showing you all the moves and exercises that I've been wanting to. And I believe it's because I've been putting that energy, I've been putting that effort into the people that just aren't receiving. They are very grateful. They love being around me, and I love being around them. But I need to see more. I need to see the change. I need to see that what I am doing is I know there are a lot of people out there that can very much benefit from what I've gotten to learn here. And I want more contact with them. And I have the feeling that they can only come into my life and I into theirs when I let go. 3 years working with people, so many different kinds of people, so many different kinds of pain points, so many different kinds of stories, backstories, current stories they're living through, and a lot. I've gotten to learn a lot about humans in this time. I've gotten to learn a lot about what it's like to teach. I've gained a lot of wonderful things from this experience. And I know I can do so much good. And I know I've just been saying that over and over. And I think the reason why I haven't yet been able to show that here is because that has just been channeled into the wrong outlet. These are people that deserve help. They do. These are good people. These are people like you. These are people like me. But they're also people that have just gotten used to their excuses. They've gotten used to their comfort. They've gotten used to the bare minimum effort towards themselves. They've gotten used to putting themselves at the very last, and they refuse to change. And I've heard that after a certain age, it's harder for people to change. I kind of want to refuse to believe that. I mean, I get it, but I feel like a change is a choice, regardless at what age. And I just haven't been around the people that are willing to make that choice. And that's not good for me. I want better. I want better role models. I want to see what it's like when people age while taking care of themselves. I want to know what it's like when people notice, oh, this is good, this feels good, I want to continue doing this. I learned a lot, I want to share this with those around me. I want to be around people that genuinely appreciate what they learn from me. I want to be around people that genuinely apply what they learn from me. I want to be around people that are able to take care of themselves, in the sense that they don't rely on me simply as a band-aid. They don't assume that I'm always going to be there. For months now, I've been telling them, hey guys, like, learn what you're learning from me and then be able to apply it on your own. I'm done. And that's a really good thing. That's a really good thing, because I want to channel everything that I've gotten to learn, all of this passion, all this joy for movement. I want to channel it more directly to you. And I want to do that in a way that is, undisturbed by What do you want, Jamie? What do I want? You know, there was a time that I really, really, really wanted to work with young girls. I want to work with teens, young girls in their 20s, whatever. I want to work with girls who have eating disorders, or who are struggling, dealing with the hardships of young adult life, who need a role model who has gone through it and made it out the other side in a way that is just pretty damn cool. I've survived, and I want to show you that you can too. And I once almost had the opportunity to do so, and that really excited me. Like, yeah, that was a wish I made. I would love to work with girls who have what I used to have, and I want to show them that life is worth living, and it is worth developing a relationship with yourself. I want to show them how cool it is to live, and that the requirement for that is to learn to accept yourself. And that is a pretty big feat, and that is why I want to be able to help these people, hold them by the hand. And that's not all. That's not all. No, I also want to work with women and do sexy moves. I want to show them how exercise can be way more than just the gym. I want to do strength training, mobility, balance. The exercises that I do are kind of the disciplines that share similarities to what I have created for myself are Pilates, yoga, and then, my own little touch on it. Have I learned yoga or Pilates? Nope. Do what I do and they do share a lot of similarities? Absolutely. And that's why, that's a really cool thing about humans. We take this, and then we take that, and then we make our own thing. And in the last couple of years in this work, by trying out a lot of cool things, I got to make my own thing. And I want to share that. I want to share how cool it is to feel good in your own body. I want to share what it's like to feel sexy and sensual while moving, and let that drive you to live a healthier, active life. I want to work with women who want to feel really, really good in their own body. And honestly, I've got a few things up my sleeve that I want to share that I'm either working up the courage to do it, or it's just the next step after that. Yeah. I have infinite potential. I have everything I need to do everything I want. And I gotta let go. I get to let go in order to make room and space for what's meant for this next version of me. I want to work with people who want to change and are capable of it. Some say change only happens in two situations, either out of desperation or inspiration. And I hope that I can be the inspiration that leads out of desperation. I had thought that the people I have been working with who have already hit the rock bottom on pain, that they would be motivated enough to do anything to change your life so they don't. I'd hope that they would be motivated enough to do anything to change their life so they don't need to live the rest of their days in the pain that they have experienced up until now. But I've also gotten to learn some people just aren't willing to change. And although that's frustrating, I think a lot of people in the healthcare profession have gotten to this realization. Change can only be done by those who want to change. I cannot make anyone else change. That is not my responsibility, and it's also not something I can do for another person. I can inspire, I can lead, I can show, I can inform, but the change needs to happen on a personal level. And I have just had way too much contact with people who have chosen that suffering is easier than changing. It sucks, it really does. It's been very, very tough on me because I know these are good people and I truly wish the best for them. I do. Oh my God, I really hope that they'll get it. I really hope that they'll get it. That when I'm gone and they can no longer rely on me as some sort of band-aid, that they remember what I taught them. I really do. I have come across so many people who no longer take my classes because they're the thing that they needed in order to partake in my classes ran out. You only get like 50 classes with me, and then it's over. And a lot of people, I've come across them and just, wow, yeah, you really notice that the rehabilitation event's over, that we need the exercise. Like, yes, honey, we need to move, we need the exercise. I am the teacher and you are the one that if you do your homework and class is over, you're gonna succeed. The pain goes away. It's just a signal. And a lot of them, they get better here while they're with me, and then they take it for granted. And that sucks. It really sucks. I want to be around people that inspire me. I want to be around people that have what I want. I want to be around people who know how to get things done. I want to be around people that get me to my next level. And I don't want to spend any more time in the energy of, yeah, we'll see, or every day is a struggle, or complaining about this, complaining about that. So many people, the only thing they're really capable of talking about is just how bad they've got it. And we've got it so good. And I don't want to be around that anymore. I'm quite curious what's going to happen next. What's it going to be like? How quickly will the new come in when I've let go? Yep. I love what I do. I truly do. But I need more. I need more coming back. I need to see that what I am doing is being received and not wasted. And so, I am happy to say I've reached the point it's time to branch out. I have changed. I have more to offer. And I want to be with those who want to learn. I want to be on those who want to grow. I want to be on those who truly want better for themselves. I know they're out there. Look, if that's what I want for myself, I know there are plenty of other people out there that want it too. Yeah. And I want to stop just teasing at all the things I can teach you and show you. I want to be able to do that. And I have the feeling that what's required in order to do that is to let go of what's been draining me. You know, this used to be a thing that regardless of what kind of mood I came here in, I would feel energized and happy when I left. And while that is still mostly applicable, something deep within me has already been yelling, it's enough. And so, it's time to let go. Yeah, it's time to let go. And I'm just so curious what comes next for me. Where will I go? Who will I come in contact with? Who can I learn from? Who can I teach? What's gonna happen